Hi, in this video I'm going to show you about multiple ways to control our matrix switcher. So here we have the setup. Basically this is our modular matrix switcher, and we have 9 inputs, push buttons, and 9 output buttons. So for the push buttons, we can just use 2K for the switching. If you want to switch the input 3 to the output, we'll just select the input 3, then press the output 4. So you can see the switching is like super easy to do it. Also, you can see the switching speed is actually pretty fast. And on this side, we got the control buttons. If like when I switch the input 3 to all the outputs, we just select the input, then press the up button. You will switch to all the outputs. So this is about the from buttons to do the switching, and also here we got a IR. So basically, we can just use this small IR remote control to do the switchings. If you want to switch the input 3 to the output 3 and 4, so we just need to press the input button 3, then press the switch button here. So here we got a switch button. Then press the 3 and enter. So already got one switched, and press 4 and press enter switched, and then we can switch the input 1, switch to the output 3 and 4. So press the input 1 here, then press switch. You can see the button already jumped to the input 1, then press 4, then press enter. So we got that one switched, and press 3, press enter. So this one also switched. So this is about the small IR remote control. So basically for the switching, we need to press the input buttons, then press the switch, then we press the output buttons, and then press enter. So this is about to use the IR remote control for the switching. So accept this one, and we go back to the best panel. Basically, we can see we got 4 inputs, 4 HDMI inputs, and here's the control. So we use dual line port here. So we use in line 2, then connect to a Wi-Fi router. So later we can just use a web GUI and use a iPad, and we also can use the KBAT to control the matrix switching. So this is the outputs. Right now we have 2 output 3 and 4 through the HBSD, then to the receiver on the side. So the 2 receiver, we don't need the extra power supply because we can get the power from the HBSD output card. Besides, we also can see the resolution is 4K 60 Hz. Then if you want to do the switching, right now we already got our control PC here. Then we got a line cable connect to this Wi-Fi router. So the blue line cable. Then we connect to this RJ45 to the USB adapter. Then we can use the web browser for the switching. So we can right now switch the input, then we press the output, or we can just use a shortcut for switching. And the input 2 to this TV, this one, and the input 4. We also can have like different names. So the first one is my PC, and the second one is from the Willis presentation system. And the input 4 is a media player, and we can just switch to any of the TV we want. So just simply select the input, then press the output button. This is the shortcuts, and if we want to change the names, so we can just change the names from the caption here. And it can switch for the senders, then the input names, the output names here. And accept the WebGUI control, and show this Wi-Fi router. And we also got an iPad here. So with the iPad, we got 2 ways to control it. First way, we can just use the same, the Google browser. Then we also can do the switching here. Let's check it out. So switch to all the outputs. You can see It's actually the same as the WebGUI we use on the Kanchu laptop. So this one is from the WebGUI from the iPad. And we also got the application, it's called the MCS. So for this one, we also can just use this for the switching. So we can hear the beep sound, and also we can see the switching is happening on the TVs. So this one is about the iPad. Before using the iPad, we need to make sure and Wi-Fi is connected to the Wi-Fi router, which will connect to our matrix switcher. And except the push buttons, IR remote control, the iPad, and the laptop WebGUI, and also we can just use the these 10 buttons keypad controller. So this one we got the PoE power, so we got a PoE connector, and then we got this green LAN cable connect to the Wi-Fi router. So we can just use this iPad for the switching. So for this keypad, basically we can just use it, program it as like we can record the centers, we can just do the switchings. Like right now we already did the program it. So basically we can just push the buttons for this switching. So this is the input 4 to all the outputs, and input 3 to all the outputs, and this one is to record center 1, record center 2, and this one is to switch to 1-on-1, which means input 1 to output 1, input 2 to the output 2. So we can see we got the input 1 to input 1, input 3 to the output 3. And this one is like to control the switching in case if we got any wrong output source, we can just use this one to cancel the switchings. So you will choose no signal, and this one is switching back. And if we don't want to hear the beep sound, we can just use these two. So beep off. So when we do the switching, you can see we didn't hear any like the beep sound. But if we still want to hear the beep sound for the switching status, then we can just turn on the beep sound. So we can see, so we already got the beep sound. So you can see with this one, we can just basically, we can install it on the table, or we can just have it installed on the wall as a wall plate. So basically we can just press those buttons for the switching, and this one we also can just program by ourselves. If we don't have the PoE adapter, we also can just use the power adapter, and here we got the power supply, so we can use 12 voltage power supply, and this one is for the Oster2. If the equipment using the Oster2, then we can program this one to send in the Oster2 commands, and instead of the TCP IP control. And for the labeling on this keypad, basically we can just customize as what you want. So like right now we have this one is like showing those labeling, but we can just customize to a different labeling. So this is a short video about how to use different ways to control our matrix switcher, including the 10 buttons keypad and the iPad control and the IR remote control, and also the push buttons and the WebGUI control. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you like this video.